Hi there, this is Teresa. Welcome back to the channel. We are going to see what is the energy surrounding you the next 48 hours. Keep in mind this is going to be general collective. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Now, I will put the timestamps down below. We're going to start with Aries. We'll work all the way through Pisces. Hopefully you're having a good day. Let's start with Aries first. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. All right, Aries, what is the energy surrounding you the next 48 hours? Keeper of inner harmony. You hold the wisdom of integration within your very being. Your presence brings balance to others. Trust the natural flow. So you are going to be somebody who, in the next 48 hours, you will be somebody who will be allowing inner peace to happen. So you could be in the middle of a situation with two people that are in conflict, and you're going to be the one who creates inner peace. So let's clarify here with some tarot. Why is Aries in the keeper of inner peace energy in the next 48 hours? Yeah, somebody is being emotionally avoidant. Somebody is wanting to disconnect potentially from you or the situation. They're not showing their emotions. They're being very cold. And you may decide, you know what? In order to have peace in your life, you may have to drop this person or drop the drama that comes attached with this situation. Give me one more. So you're going to be tested with what do you want with your inner peace. Yeah. Page of Pentacles. Somebody reaches out to you and you are realizing this person is not making you a priority, or they're trying to drag you into some drama that you don't want to be a part of. And in order to have the peace, you need to realize that you have the wisdom and knowledge to have inner peace in the situation by actually dropping the situation. So it looks like whatever this conversation that comes in, this opportunity, it allows you to test, do you feel this person brings peace in your life, or do you feel like it's disruption? We do have the Strength card at the bottom of the deck. So this could be, you could be dealing with a Leo or somebody with fire placement. So you're being tested to keep your inner peace with the situation in the next 48 hours. Let's get one affirmation for you. What is it you need to know, Aries? What do you need to hear to remind you about your inner peace? What's going to be the affirmation for you? I will embrace new experiences. So you might be letting go of somebody so that you can actually embrace some new experiences with other people. Okay, let's move on to Taurus. Taurus, if you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. All right, Taurus, the next 48 hours, what's the energy surrounding you? What is it you need to know? What do you need to hear that's going to serve your highest good? Taurus. Breakthrough. You have broken through old limits and emerged transformed. Celebrate your strength. You are standing in a new field of possibility. So there's going to be a breakthrough moment for you in the next 48 hours. Something that you have been dealing with, something that you're finally cracking the shell of existence of the situation, that you're realizing you're strong, a lot stronger than what you thought you were. So let's clarify with some tarot what this is, because you're going to stand in the opportunities of new possibilities, things that maybe you did not realize was going to come through. Okay, so we have the High Priestess. We also have the Page of Pentacles, and we have the 10 of Pentacles. So you're finally going to listen to your intuition. Your intuition is telling you to reach for a new opportunity, that there is possibly a different opportunity for you. This could be a relationship. This could be a commitment to a job. This could be you deciding to go back to school, learn a new skill or a new trade. And it's bringing long-term longevity. It's bringing some, maybe even generational wealth and prosperity into your life. So you're realizing that you're not limited, that you're cracking the shell of existence of where you were, and realizing you're opening up and recognizing that you have a lot more potential than what you give yourself credit for. Look at that, the Empress. So some of you may be finding out that you're pregnant in the next 48 hours. You maybe thought that there was no possibility of getting pregnant, and you're finding out that you're actually going to be birthing a baby. For some of you, you may be finding out that you have loved and cared and finally cracked the shell of whatever was holding you back, and you're listening to that intuition, recognizing there's a lot of potential for the long term for you, and there's a lot more possibilities out there for you. Let's get one affirmation for Taurus for the next 48 hours. What is the affirmation? Positive thoughts, positive thinking. The bottom says positive thinking. Oh, I just said that. So positive thoughts, positive thinking is going to bring you good news. And focus on the good came out also. So positive thoughts and making sure you're conditioning your thoughts to be very positive. Anytime you have a negative thought, I want you to counter it with 3 positive affirmations that you say to yourself and start conditioning your thoughts in that way. Gemini. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. All right, Gemini, the next 48 hours, what is going on for Gemini placements? What's the energy around you the next 48 hours, Gemini? Weaving light. You are weaving together lessons, memories, and insights. Each thread matters. Trust the beauty emerging from your experiences. So you're being shown something in the next 48 hours. Something is being illuminated to you, that everything that you've went through, every experience you've been through, that you need to trust that it's actually going to bring into alignment where you need to be. So let's clarify what this is, because you're finally putting the puzzle pieces together. Something's being illuminated or shown to you in the next 48 hours of why you've went through experiences that you have, because you maybe have been questioning it. Okay, this one wants to come out, and I wanted to put it in, but it did not want to go. So the Knight of Cups is coming out first. What is this experience that you're being illuminated as to why you had to go through it? We have the Ace of Swords, so the truth is coming out, and we have the Queen of Wands. So there has been a lot of promises of something with a situation, something that you didn't trust, and you had to go through that experience, because now you're finally seeing clearly that you can trust it, that there is a promise of confidence that actually is coming through it. So if you went through a recent relationship issue and you wondered, why do I go through this? Why do I keep repeating the same pattern? Why am I being shown the same type of people? Why am I attracting the same type of people? It looks like something's being illuminated, that you had to cut away something, or maybe it was a thought, a belief, or a pattern, in order for you to bring in a more confident energy. You had to go through those experiences in order for you to kind of be set on fire, so to speak. Not literally, but actually just in the energy of, you know what, I want positive change in my life. And you're cutting away whatever promises that you felt in the past. You're promising yourself that you're going to be more confident. And that's what's being illuminated in the next 48 hours, that if you didn't have those experiences, you wouldn't be where you're at today. Everything leads you into where you're in your journey for a reason. So something's being illuminated, that you had to go through those experiences. And you're actually going to be grateful for it, because you're coming out as the Queen of Wands, which is a very confident energy. So let's get an affirmation, Gemini, for your reading. What is the reading affirmation for Gemini placements? What's the affirmation? Your feelings are valid. So you're going to recognize that you feeling that you had to go through those experiences, they are valid. They happen for a reason. All right, let's move on to Cancer. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. All right, Cancer, what is the energy around you the next 48 hours? What's the energy for Cancer placements? Diverging roads. You are facing a choice between growth and discomfort. True evolution demands courage to leave the familiar behind. Choose the path that scares you a little bit. So there's a decision in the next 48 hours that you're needing to make. You're being called to make. I'm hearing there's a demand of making this decision. So you're at a crossroads in the next 48 hours about what this decision is. And it could scare you a little bit about making this decision. So let's clarify here with the tarot, this choice and decision that you're needing to make a presence of a decision like right away. So clarify what this is for Cancer. 6 of Wands, the 4 of Cups, and the Justice. Hidden at the bottom of the deck is the 2 of Pentacles. So you're dropping a potentially a job. You may decide to put your notice in at your job. There's something about your discontent. You're trying to stay, but you're seeing the truth in the next 48 hours that, you know what, I'm just not engaged anymore. I'm not there. I'm not in it. If this is a relationship, you could be stuck and feel like you've been stuck with this person for a long time. Things are not moving. And you're finally revealing to yourself that you have to make a decision. And because you make that decision, you got the Six of Wands, which means you're going to be very victorious once you make the decision to move away from it. This card is talking about letting go of what's familiar and going into the unknown of the uncharted territory. And by doing that, the truth is going to be revealed, that you will have success once you move away from it. So take it as it resonates, whether it's a job, maybe it's a position in your life, maybe it's a friend circle that you're a part of that you've been contemplating. Should I stay with this friend group, or have I outgrown this friend group, that maybe they're in a different part of their life than you are, that you're changing and you're growing. And the truth is being revealed, that it's finally time for you to make this decision in the next 48 hours. And it looks like you're dropping something or someone or a pattern or belief in the next 48 hours because of it. It's being shown that you finally have to make this choice and decision. Let's get one affirmation for Cancer for this reading. What is it that Cancer needs to know for their affirmation? I choose to be positive. So if this is a job that has been negative and has been sucking the living life out of you, you're choosing to have a positive life, a positive job, or a relationship, or a belief system, or a friend circle. Whatever it is, you're choosing to be positive is your affirmation. Leo, if you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. All right, Leo, what's the energy surrounding you the next 48 hours? Leo placements, what's the energy for the next 48 hours? Flow state. You are entering a state where action feels effortless and aligned. This is your soul moving through without resistance, so trust the flow. So you may find in the next 48 hours, things are just naturally going easier for you, that you're not having to fight for your position. You're not having to do things really, really hard. Look at that. We had the Magician wanted to pop out. So whatever is going on in your energy in the next 48 hours, just go with the flow, because trusting it and not resisting it is going to put you where your soul's path and journey is meant to be. So let's clarify, what is this soul movement that you're aligning in? The Queen of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, okay, Leo, and the Six of Swords. Bottom of the deck is the Four of Pentacles. So for some of you, this is a same-sex relationship. For others of you, this could be that you're just finally coming within your power, within yourself, that your emotions are feeling really good. You're loving yourself. You're respecting yourself. You're highly intuitive. You're using that intuition to go with the flow with what it is that you need to do in your next steps with your life. And also, there's a sense of stability and security, not just monetary stability, but physical security in your life. And because you're transitioning, you're going through a phase in your life where things are naturally just falling into place. The puzzle pieces are just fitting in your life because you've been holding on to some type of idea and you've not been resistant of not going with that idea. So whether this is a relationship, you're finding that you're loving your companion or your partner a lot more, and there's a sense of stability. And because you're not resisting or fighting anything in your life, it's naturally coming to you. It's naturally slotting into place. All right, well, let's get a affirmation for Leo. What is the affirmation? What is it you need to know? What do you need to hear? Leo placements. Do it for you. So this energy of going with the flow and not fighting. If somebody wants to leave your life, let them leave your life. If a job doesn't work out, don't fight to keep the job. If a friend doesn't want to be your friend, so be it. Don't be friends with them anymore. Everything happens for a reason, and you need to realize going with the flow in the next 48 hours, do that for you, for no one else, and it's going to work in your favor. All right, Virgo. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. All right, Virgo placements, the next 48 hours. What is it that you need to know, Virgos? What's the energy around you the next 48 hours? Virgo. Building momentum. Your efforts are beginning to gather speed. Small actions compound into powerful change. Stay consistent and let momentum carry you forward. So whatever you're doing in the next 48 hours, I'm hearing Wolverine with this wolf here. So you could be in like a Wolverine. You're taking the lead. Something is building momentum. Something is picking up pace, kind of like a snowball effect. So whatever you've been doing, whatever those small actions are, they're actually going to make a significant change. And there's powerful change happening for you in the next 48 hours because your efforts are going to gain more speed. So let's clarify here what this is for Virgos. We've got the King of Pentacles, okay, the King of Swords, and the Two of Wands. You are building something very significant for your future. We've got the Ten of Wands. So there's something about you've taken accountability, you've taken responsibility for things maybe in your past, and now you're making plans for your future. You're realizing your value and your worth. This could be a job that you're committed to, that you have put boundaries in place of being very analytical. Maybe if you just recently started a new job, you are learning and absorbing the information, which is going to benefit you immensely. So whatever you've been doing recently, the slow and steady, that change is snowballing, and it's actually accounting for something here in the near future for you. So let's get a affirmation for Virgo. What is the affirmation that you need to know? What do you need to hear for confirmation of your affirmation today? What is your affirmation, Virgo? I embrace change. So you maybe have done some recent changes. If it's a relationship that you have been slowly working on, it looks like with that King of Pentacles, you're analyzing and realizing that it's paying off because the commitment is getting stronger and stronger day by day. So I embrace change is your affirmation, Virgo. Libra. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. All right, Libra, what's the energy around you the next 48 hours? Libra. Soul contract. You feel the pull of something you agreed to long before this lifetime. Your soul remembers what your mind forgets. Honor your sacred contract by taking the first conscious step. So in the next 48 hours, your soul is going to pull you to take action on something that you agreed to already do. You already agreed in this lifetime before you came here that this is what your soul's contract was. And you're being reminded of it in the next 48 hours. So if you're feeling like this magnetic pull to do something or say something in the next 48 hours, that's your soul speaking directly to you saying, hey, it's time to do this. We agreed to already do this. Why are we not doing this? You may even be having dreams as direction to help you understand what this soul tie is that you're needing to go towards. Let's clarify here. Six of Cups. Very nostalgic. You're going to have a dream. There's something from your past life that's going to come through. Judgment. Queen of Wands. I'm going to take this Ace of Cups because it wanted to come out. So in the next, we also have Ace of Wands. So in the next 48 hours, you're being drawn to make a decision about something that your soul is asking you to do. It has something to do with your confidence, with maybe either apologizing to somebody that you know you should apologize, that you've learned something about yourself with that judgment, or trying to have a new beginning with somebody that you're very passionate about. And this is somebody you have a past or you have a history with, not only in this lifetime, but potentially in a last lifetime. This could be somebody a part of your soul tribe. But you're being asked to take the first steps to have this new beginning, because your soul is saying, you know what, it's time. It's time to apologize. It's time to make amends. It's time to start and activate what we want when it comes to this connection. So you may have a dream about this person, that you reach out to this person. That could be you recognizing what you need to do, your next steps. If you're single, there's somebody that's a part of your past life that you're supposed to take and make an initiation to put yourself out there. Make yourself more open and receptive, because we do have two aces. So something you're going to feel really drawn to in the next 48 hours to take action on is a judgment call from your soul. And your soul is saying, you know what, let's do this. It's time. We either need to go towards this person and make things right, or we need to put ourselves out there to feel confident that there is this person out there that we're supposed to be with. I think with the Judgment, it feels like it's somebody from your past. Like you already know this person. Let's get an affirmation for Libra. What's the affirmation for Libra? What do they need to know? What do they need to hear in the next 48 hours? Rainbows happen after rain. This is one of my favorite affirmations ever because it's so true. Like, this could be a connection that really broke you, emotionally broke you, and you're finally healing from it, but there's a soul tie. There was a lesson attached to it. And rainbows come after rain, or happen after rain, is going to be your affirmation to help you through this. All right, Scorpio, if you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. All right, Scorpio, what's the energy for you the next 48 hours? Scorpio. Archetype of realities. You command the forces of action with mastery. Your vision becomes reality because you align thought, feelings, and deed. Lead with integrity. So in the next 48 hours, you're going to be asked to take action on something that you've already mastered, something that you've kind of been hee-hawing around a little bit, something you think about, you feel about. It is your deed and your right to be yourself, and it's your reality. You've already mastered it. There's no need to hide it. So let's clarify what this is, Scorpio. 7 of Swords, 10 of Wands, and the Hierophant. That's the lesson, the Hierophant. And the Knight of Wands is hidden at the bottom of the deck. So you're needing to realize that whatever you've been thinking or feeling recently, it's the truth. You don't have to lie to yourself. You maybe have been lying to yourself about what you've been doing. Maybe you haven't been leading with integrity. Maybe you've been doing things deceptive to people around you, your friends, your family, your coworkers. You've even maybe been lying to yourself. And in the next 48 hours, you're being asked to take accountability to whatever this thought is, or whatever this feeling is, whatever your reality is. You've not been leading with integrity of who you should be. You've been maybe deceptive or dishonest. And the lesson is it's finally time to come clean. It's finally time to accept responsibility for your actions. If you impulsively went towards someone else and you're already in a relationship and you shouldn't have done that, there's a need for you to take that accountability in the next 48 hours, to be the responsible one and take ownership over the actions that you've taken that maybe were not with integrity, with that 7 of Wands, that you were doing something maybe sneaky behind someone else's back. All right, what is, and I'm hearing take action, so let's see what the affirmation is for Scorpio for the next 48 hours. What is the affirmation for this reading that you need to hear, Scorpio? I forgive myself today. This is letting you know that you can forgive yourself for being deceptive or dishonest. It starts with forgiveness within yourself before someone else can forgive you. And that the guilt might be getting to you in the next 48 hours. All right, Sagittarius. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. All right, Sagittarius. What's the energy around you the next 48 hours? All right, Sagittarius. Karmic web. It says, you feel tangled in patterns you can't seem to break. Threads from past lifetimes are still active. Step back, see the design, and consciously choose a new thread to follow. So you could feel like you're in the same situation or circumstance you've been in the past. You may feel in the next 48 hours a sense of deja vu, like I've been through this. It's a rinse and repeat cycle, and you're being asked to realize that certain patterns that you have led you to this circumstance, that certain actions are still activated within you because you've not stepped back and changed your direction or changed your thought or changed your belief pattern. So let's see what this karmic web is for Sagittarius. Knight of Wands, the 10 of Pentacles that's in reverse, the 9 of Cups in reverse, and the World in reverse. You have unresolved issues. You maybe wish for something was going to be different in your past and it hasn't, but you maybe impulsively decided. So for example, if you were in a relationship with somebody in the past and it didn't work because you thought that person was the issue and you moved away from it and you went into another relationship and you're finding you're in the same exact scenario, it's just a different person. It's time in the next 48 hours to realize that this energy of you just replacing the person but not changing the pattern or belief is an intricate web of yourself of karma. Karma is cause and effect. What you have done in the past maybe has caused your effect to repeat the cycle because you haven't learned. And so even though this isn't what you wish or what you desire, you're still not learning that past hasn't been changed. So with this unresolved issues, there's things below the surface within you that you have to learn that lesson of, why do I keep repeating the same situation? It can't be everybody around you. You create your reality by those that you bring towards you. So if you don't do the inner work and you get into another relationship, you're just asking to repeat the same exact lesson that you hadn't mastered in the last relationship. So this is coming to a head for you in the next 48 hours. You're wishing things would be different because it's not what you're wishing for, but you haven't done the work. With that 10 of Pentacles in reverse, there's a loss that you're feeling. There's a sense of not being able to move forward because of whatever these unresolved issues are. So this could be a person. This could even be a job. So let's say you were working for a company and you just didn't like the environment, so you left, but you went and did the same. The environment is the same exact replication of the last business you worked for. It's because of the environment of you and the focus, or maybe even you're not aware that you chose the same type of environment or company. So there's some unresolved issues within yourself that you're going to have to kind of look at as to why is this karmic web still present in a different scenario with different people around you, but the same common denominator is yourself. Let's get one affirmation for Sagittarius. What is it you need to know? What's your affirmation for this reading? I am happy. The back of this card says, no point, I am happy. So you may be telling yourself, there's no point in staying with this person because I'm not happy. Let me just move to a different person. There's something about yourself you're not mastering. Or this job, there's no point, I'm not happy with this job. I'm just going to move to a different job. But if you don't fix what's inside you, you're just going to replicate the same karmic energy. So this is your affirmation because you need to find happiness within you. You can't be happy with anyone else or any job or any situation or circumstance until you find the happiness within you. So that's your affirmation is, I am happy. So discovering how you can actually be happy within yourself first. Okay, Capricorn, if you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. All right, Capricorn. What is the energy around you the next 48 hours? Let's find out. Capricorn. Emotional mastery. You have weathered storms of feeling and emerged wiser. Emotional mastery is not numbness. It is awareness and choice. Lead with your healed heart. So you're mastering your emotions in the next 48 hours, which is actually taking you into a different journey, a different path, because you are needing to heal, and maybe you have fully healed or you're almost at the end of healing. So let's find out what this is, because emotional mastery is not suppressing your emotions. It's not ignoring them. It's actually acknowledging them and working through them, why you feel the way you feel. So what is this emotional mastery for Capricorn? 7 of Cups, the Death card, the 5 of Swords. Bottom of the deck is the Page of Cups in reverse. I'm hearing sorry, not sorry. So you're not sorry for the way you feel. There's been a misunderstanding or something in the next 48 hours, and you're putting an end to something. It could be a belief system. It could be a relationship. And it's because you realize you have other choices and decisions. And so you're mastering your emotions of, you know what? I just don't think the communication's ever going to be there. I don't see it working. I don't see it benefiting. And you're not sorry about it. There's something that you're aware that you have free will. You have the choice to stay in a relationship that constantly has fights, that there's constantly no resolution with the problems, that there's a constant misunderstanding or misinterpretation of what is exchanged between you and this person. And you're realizing here in the next 48 hours that, you know what, I have free will to make the choice. And I'm choosing that I don't really want to fight and argue, that I have other options. And I'm choosing the option to heal my emotions. And you're mastering what these emotions are. You're understanding why these emotions are in the next 48 hours the way you feel. Okay, let's get one affirmation for Capricorn for this reading. What is the affirmation that you need to know, you need to hear, that's going to serve your highest good? I deserve to be loved. You realize in the next 48 hours that this conflict with this person that you are in a relationship or you're connected with is they're not loving you the way you want to be loved. And you're realizing that you are a lovable person. And that's why you're putting an end to something. So your affirmation is, I deserve to be loved. Everybody deserves to be loved, whether it's love by yourself or love with someone else. All right, let's move on to Aquarius. Aquarius. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. What is the energy for you the next 48 hours, Aquarius? Seed of power. Your soul's original intention is ripening. You hold immense potential within you now. Choose wisely how you will channel this concentrated force. So you have the power within you of the plant, of the seeds that you're going to plant for your life, that you are in control. You're in the driver's seat if you want to align and concentrate on where you need to align. So let's see what this is, because you're being asked to choose wisely in the next 48 hours of having control over this and the potential of it. The 10 of Wands, the Lovers, so that's you having the choice, and the 6 of Wands. If you want victory and success with this particular person, you can definitely have it. There's a loss or a sense of abandonment that's transpired, but you're needing to take accountability and ownership for your part. There's two sides to every relationship, every situation, and you may love this person. You may find that this person's very different than you, but they also very much complement you. And if you want victory and success, you and this person had already planted seeds in the past that the two of you had really been working through things, but there's something about you are more concentrated on what they need to be accountable for, not what you needed to be accountable for. So the next 48 hours, I see that you're needing to really understand that if you want victory and success, it's a two-way street. That if you give, you have to receive, and it's a reciprocation. So I see that with that 5 of Pentacles. You don't want to internally feel like you're at a loss if you're always giving. You need to understand if you're not giving enough, your partner may not be giving enough either. But having that conversation is going to lead to that 6 of Wands, that victory and success. Because it does look like you guys could have a soul contract with the Lovers card there. All right, what is the affirmation for this reading for Aquarius? What is it you need to know? What is the affirmation you need to hear? I am growing. So this is you growing and evolving and realizing that, you know what, we all make mistakes. Sometimes we do have to take ownership, that if we take more than we give, that creates an imbalance, and recognizing that. And that's your affirmation, is you are growing as an individual, as a soul. All right, Pisces. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. Okay, Pisces, what's the energy around you the next 48 hours? Let's find out. Pisces. Emotional mastery. I think Either Sagittarius or maybe Capricorn got this card also. You may have those in your chart. You should go check that one out. It says, you have weathered storms of feeling and emerged wiser. Emotional mastery is not numbness. It is awareness and choice leading with a healed heart. So this is you realizing that your emotions should not be suppressed. They should not be denied. They should not be pushed to the wayside, but they need to be understood. They need to be validated. They need to be seen or recognized for what they are in order for you to heal. So if you're hurt, don't just ignore your hurt. Actually work through the emotion of hurt and disappointment. So what's the tarot for Pisces in the next 48 hours? The Devil. You could be dealing, it might have been Capricorn that had this emotional mastery, because Capricorn, I think, was the one that had this card. So you might want to go check that one out. Ace of Cups. And I think Capricorn even had Ace of Cups in reverse at the bottom of the deck, if I remember right. And Six of Cups. So, and we have the Wheel of Fortune. So there's a turning point in the situation that there could be a lot of toxicity between you and your particular person in the next 48 hours. There could be vices. There could be addictions. There's things that it could be even karmic energy or patterns and beliefs that are not serving you or your person's highest good. And you maybe have been denying those feelings and emotions, and you're being asked to recognize them. Now, if these are your negative traits or negative energies that are in this placement, maybe you need to apologize. That Six of Cups is letting me know that you love this person and you want this person to love you unconditionally, that you still want this relationship. We have the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck. So something is turning in your favor, in your luck, if you take the opportunity maybe to apologize, to sympathize, or to be empathetic to the situation because of this Devil energy that's out here. So let's get the affirmation for this reading for Pisces. What is the affirmation that you need to know, you need to hear? Okay, you're getting two. The first one is, I am enough. So telling yourself you are enough, and I'm healing. So there could be, if you do have addictions or you have negative patterns or some toxicity in your belief system, you can heal from that, and you are enough to be able to grow and evolve away from that energy or feeling that way about yourself and your situation.